Dear students, today I came up with another lesson for you. I hope you will be benefited from this video. Today's topic is Angiosperm family, part 1. Before learning about the family of Angiosperm, you need to know a few things. These things are habit and habitat, root, stem and leaf. There are more things to learn, such as perianth. In a flower, when sepals and petals can't be distinguished, then we called it perianth. It's seen in Poaceae family. Rest of the things are inflorescence, bract, bracteole, aestivation, placentation, fruit, floral formula, floral diagram. Now we will know the details about these things. What are the habit or habitats of angiosperm? A flowering plant whose stem is weak and doesn't produce woody tissue is generally known as herb. A smaller plant having no bushy structure is called undershrub. Then a woody plant smaller than a tree having several stems and looks bushy is called shrub. Last type is tree. It's a perennial plant with an elongated stem or trunk which develops many branches, usually at some height above the ground. We see many such plants around us. We know that angiosperm can be divided into two types, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Usually the roots of monocot plants are adventitious fibrous root and dicot roots are the main root. Stem is the plant's axis that bears buds and shoots with leaves. It's divided into nodes and internodes. Sometimes stems are transformed into modified stems such as tuber, rhizome, stolon and so on. The underground modified stem is called tuber, suppose potato. When the stem modified under the ground grow horizontally, it's called rhizome. Examples are ginger, turmeric and so on. Stolon, also called a runner, it's a slender stem that grows horizontally along the ground, giving rise to roots and aerial branches. Suppose grass, water hyacinth, aramb and so on. Now we will see different types of leaf. When a leaf has only one lamina or leaf blade, it's called a simple leaf. On the other hand, a leaf consisting of multiple leaf blades is called compound leaf. Compound leaves can be of different types. When there is an odd lamina at the top of rachis, it's called imperpinnate compound leaf. When there is no lamina at the top of rachis, it's called peripinnate compound leaf. Another type is bipinnate leaf. In this case, branch comes out from the both sides of rachis and leaves are arranged both sides of the branch. Inflorescence. This term is new for you. Actually, inflorescence is a group or cluster of flowers arranged on a stem that is composed of a main branch or a complicated arrangement of branches. It can be racemose or cymose. In case of racemose, younger flowers are present at the top while older flowers are arranged at the base of the inflorescence. It continues to grow. On the other hand, when younger flowers are present at the base and older flowers present at the top, it's called cymose type. It has limited growth. This time we will see another important part of flower. These are bract and bracteole, a small leaf or leaf-like organ in which a flower or inflorescence grows in the chamber is called bract. If there is any organ like bract, after the bract is called bracteole. Not all flowers have bract or bracteole. Aestivation. This is very important term to know about the Angiosperm family. Actually, aestivation is the positional arrangement of the parts of a flower. It can be different types: open, valvate, twisted, imbricate, quincuncial and vexillary. Valvate is a form of aestivation in which sepals or petals are arranged in a row or only meet with each other's margin. In twisted type, one margin of each sepal or petal overlaps with the next one and the other margin overlaps with the previous one. Here the overlapping is normal in one direction, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. In imbricate type, one internal sepal or petal overlap at both margins and one external sepal or petal with both margins overlap. In this case, one petal is entirely outside actually the roll and one is fully within. In quincuncial aestivation, where petals or sepals are arranged in such a way that two petals are entirely outside the roll and two are fully within, while one is half outside and half is within. Vexillary type, when five petals are separated into large standard petals that overlap two lateral petals, which in turn overlap the smallest anterior petals. There are three types of flower on the basis of ovary position. These types are hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous flower. In case of hypogynous flower, gynoecium present above all other floral parts, and in this case ovary position is superior. In perigynous type, gynoecium present at the center and other parts almost at same level. In this case, ovary is half inferior. And in case of epigynous flower, ovary enclosed by thalamus and gets fused with it, and other parts above the ovary, and in this case ovary is inferior. Placentation is also a very important term to describe Angiosperm family. Placentation is arrangement of ovules in the ovary of a plant. The given diagram shows the types of placentation such as marginal, axial, parietal, free central, superficial, and basal. In case of marginal type, one elongated placenta is located on one side of ovary. Ovules are attached at the line of carpel's margin. In case of axial, carpels are folded inward with ovules placed along the central axis of ovary. In case of parietal, ovules develop on the inner wall of the ovary. In free central type, ovule develop on the central axis while the septum is absent. In case of superficial type, ovules are attached entirely to the inner surface of the ovary. In case of basal type, the ovules are arranged at the base of the ovary. There are several types of fruits found in Angiosperm plants, such as legume, capsule, caryopsis, berry, and so on. I am telling here some common types. Legume, also called pod fruits, are dehiscent fruit that bear seed in a single line and release their seeds by splitting open along two seams. Capsule is another type of simple, dry, rarely fleshy dehiscent fruit. Caryopsis is a simple dry fruit, one that is formed from a single carpel. Floral formula is a method of recording floral structure by a series of symbols, letters, and numbers. The formula begins either with the sign representing actinomorphy or with representing zygomorphy. This is followed by a series of letters in the order K for calyx, C for corolla, A for androecium, and G for gynoecium. The number of parts such as sepals, petals, stamens, carpels, etc. in each roll is given by a number following the appropriate letter. If this number exceeds 12, the symbol infinity is used. If the parts are fused, then the number is bracketed. If the parts are in distinct rolls or groups, this is indicated by splitting the number appropriately. If the sepals and petals are indistinguishable, then calyx and corolla are replaced by P representing perianth. The position of the ovary is indicated by a line which in a superior ovary is placed beneath the number of carpels and in an inferior ovary above. There are different alphabets and symbols for writing flower formula. Here is some more symbols used to write floral formula. The term is floral diagram. Actually, the floral diagram is a diagrammatic representation of theoretical transverse section of a floral bud in relation to the mother axis, which lies at the posterior side. Here, all floral segments arising at the same level are placed in their correct relative positions in the same circle. When appropriate, fusion of parts is also indicated. The ovary is represented in cross section in the center of the rolls. The bottom of the diagram represents the anterior side of the flower, that means the side furthest from the axis of the inflorescence. Any brackets subtending the flower are inserted at the base of the diagram. Here, all floral segments arising at the same level are placed in their correct relative positions in the same circle. When appropriate, fusion of parts is also indicated. The ovary is represented in cross section in the center of the whorls. The bottoms of the diagram represents the anterior side of the flower, that means the side furthest from the axis of the fluorescence. Any brackets subtending the flower are inserted at the base of the diagram, while the inflorescence axis is shown as a circle at the top side of the diagram. Floral diagrams are usually presented in conjunction with the longitudinal section through the center of the flower. That's all for today's lesson. You can comment also what topic do you want to see next.